imagine what it looks like now and all the hard work that we've put into the yard. That's the patio there. Kind of small, but we've done the best that we can with it. Our flowers really look nice this year. Those are the grapevines that we put up along the fence line so that we could have some privacy in our garden. We've got cayenne peppers and jalapenos and green peppers, banana peppers, and tomatoes. The tomatoes have been delicious this year. You can get an idea of what the flowers look like. And some lavender, some geraniums, and carnations. That's the chair Dad made us. The table. And those are some flowers. And this is the other half of the yard. Big oak tree right here. It's been a really hot summer, so we've been losing a lot of leaves already off the tree. When we moved into the house, it took us about 2 weeks just to rake all the leaves. This area over here, there was absolutely nothing here, just the fence line. And we decided that we wanted to add some color to the yard, so we ordered a bunch of perennials that'll come up every year. And we've got some caladium and a Rose of Sharon bush. We've had pretty good luck with them so far. We've had some flowers off of them. Hopefully next year in the spring they'll fill out. We've got a bird feeder there in the corner. We haven't seen any birds using it though. The lady next door has some peony bushes right on the lot line. And in the spring they're really, really pretty. And then these bushes over here are burning bushes, and they're real pretty in the fall too. Another big tree in the corner of the yard, so it really gives a lot of shade to the yard. We've done a lot of hard work in the yard trying to make it look nice. Backyard, here is nothing but dirt and sand there, and it was real dusty, so we put some bark in and kind of put a little bit of a border along. We have a hard time trying to decide what to put in this area because of the fir tree. A lot of things don't want to grow right there. We've tried different things. Hopefully maybe next year we'll come up with something. Here's another view of the backyard. This is the side here. Once again, we've put some bark chips in. This was just all dirt when we first moved in. Yeah, when we moved into the house. So we put some bark in, a couple little bushes. It's a red twig dogwood in the corner there, and it's real pretty in the fall with the red twigs, and in the winter it gives some color to the side of the yard here. The corner by the house there that we took out because it was hindering the view when we would come out of the drive, so John planted this pink dogwood down here to put some color in. We've got some flowers here, but once again we have a little bit of trouble getting things to grow because of the shade. And then the other side is all sunny. Planted some other little flowers here. Try and get it a little bit of color. Forsythia didn't bloom too much this summer, and we don't know why. Maybe next year we'll get some good flowers on it. These are all burning bushes, and they're really, really pretty in the fall. We added all this rock and everything too in the border along the side here. That lilac tree there, it was real pretty this spring, but now it looks like there's something wrong with it. We're going to have to replace it. I'd like to put a pink flowering crab in it there at that corner. And we kind of fixed this little area up here. Put some rock in the bushes, and this here, and along the back of the garage to kind of add a little bit more color and stuff to the side of the house and the back of the garage. There's this big yard in between house and the church. And then those are two white flowering crabs there. So there's a lot of color in the spring. And that's our yard, 1994.
a volunteer and put them in a Stoke stretcher, pick them up off the ground, and Gene will maneuver it over to the platform, or over to the stage rather, and set it out there. What we're going to basically show you is that this aerial ladder can be utilized to pick people up out of the, like a trench, if they've been trapped down there. We can take this Stoke stretcher, or we also have what we call a rescue harness that looks similar to a parachute harness that the Air Force people use, lift them up out of there. We can also, if we have a large person who is on the third or fourth story of a building, we can raise this up into that window, put the person into this, and bring them down to the ground that way. A lot of times, the way the stairwells and things are built in these larger, taller buildings, it's not convenient to use a regular stretcher that we use in the ambulance to bring people down. As you can see, Gene is extending out the ladder at this time. If you notice the red thing with the chrome nozzle on the end of it, this particular nozzle was utilized down at the recent Staunton High School fire. That particular gallon each nozzle is a 500 GPM. Now, it does take a lot of water to provide that much per minute coming out. We set up down there and we threw approximately 4,000 gallons of water in a little to no time. In fact, they had a hard time keeping up with us. You notice that the end of the ladder is painted orange. This is due so that the operator who is on the ground can see the tips of the ladder, and we do raises in between buildings where there are power lines involved and tall trees or this, that, and the other. There is a speaker up on the top, so if we have a man up on the top of the ladder, he can communicate with the ground and tell him what to do, whether to move the ladder right, left, standing out a little bit, whatever it would need to get the job done. Gene's tying that rope onto the end of there. Probably some of you will know the knots, some of you won't, but he's using several safety hitches on there to make certain that it doesn't come loose. Okay, I said we were going to use a volunteer a while ago. That volunteer is over there on the ground in that little red bag we're going to use. We're not going to use a live victim today. Jim over there, one of our newer volunteers, is taking him out right now. This is a CPR mannequin that we use in other classes. He's pretty heavy. His name is Timmy. We thought Timmy would be the ideal person to put in the basket for today. By the way, to tell you a little bit about this aerial apparatus we have sitting here. We purchased this recently, or about 4 years ago, from Pekin Fire Department. It is a 1960 model. It replaced a 1947 model 65-foot truck that we had. We did take it back to Chicago after we bought it and put a 1,000-gallon-a-minute water pump on it, so we would have the capabilities of pumping water and boosting the pressure. Because once you raise the ladder with a hose on it and put it up in the air, you do lose, through friction loss of your elevated height, you have to increase the pressure in order to get your stream to reach out as far as you do. Okay, what Gene has done is he's made these knots, tied it off with safety loops around the end of the ladder, and we're just going to use a short, what we call a short hitch today for our demonstration. You can have a lot more rope out. The other rope you're going to see tied to the end of the Stoke stretcher is what we call a tag line. Dave Wallace is going to be handling this for us. What this does is keep the Stoke stretcher from spinning around the ground.
body also goes up in the air with it, so you have to maneuver these ladders one step at a time. All right. Now he lowers it down to the ground, and normally we'd have guys standing there to help kind of gently set it on the ground. This Stoke stretcher, you can have a backboard put in it for people who have back problems. The nice thing about this new Stoke stretcher is it can be used in the water. It will float. Now that we have the patient on the ground, your crews would come up and take the rope loose, leaving it safe. You can undo the safety harness, or you can leave it right on there. You can take this Stoke stretcher with the victim in it, load them onto your ambulance stretcher, and take them to your nearest emergency medical facility. Go ahead and pick it up, Dave. And as you're removing your patient, you have to take them Dave and Jim are carrying the stretcher down, simulating carrying it down to the ambulance. Thank you for coming. We hope you appreciate the flight apparatus and the public with.
I'd like to thank Dave Reynolds with his Anyone Can Fish program, the fire department, and the bass anglers at this time. Thank you.
Hi, I'm from Rescue 911.
The stories I could tell you.
I'm so